I Taught Myself to Live Simply by Akhmatova. I taught myself to live simply and wisely, to look at the sky and pray to God, and to wander long before evening to tire my superfluous worries. When the burdocks rustle in the ravine and the yellow-red rowanberry cluster droops, I compose happy verses about life's decay and beauty. I come back. The fluffy cat licks my palm, purrs so sweetly, and the fire flares bright on the sawmill turret by the lake. Only the cry of a stork landing on the roof occasionally breaks the silence. If you knock on my door, I may not even hear. Okay, so Anna Akhmatova was born and brought up in Odessa in the Ukraine. And then she lived most of her life in Leningrad. She actually lived through the siege of Leningrad in the Second World War. And she had a lot of problems during her lifetime with the Soviet authorities. So, what's the main thrust of this poem? Okay, this poem, it's about living the simple life, the beauties of living in your own mind, in the beauty of nature. This is somebody who's wrapped up in their own thoughts and the beauty of nature around them, and their thinking, and this is describing a person living a life like that. So, I taught myself to live simply and wisely. Okay, I think this is something that we all really need to learn to do. To look at the sky and pray to God. So look at the beauty of the sky and talk with God. And to wander, to walk, to wander long. Yeah, to take long walks before evening. To tire my superfluous worries. So that I stop worrying about things, because all of these worries are just not necessary. We need to live the moment. When the burdocks rustle in the ravine. So burdock is a plant, and to rustle, so the wind's moving the plants. And the yellow-red rowanberry cluster droops. So the yellow-red of the rowanberries, the cluster is a group of berries, are hanging down. I compose happy verses about life's decay and beauty. Okay, so she's walking in the countryside, making up poetry, composing poetry about how life decays. Yeah, we grow, we become beautiful, and then we decay, and we stop to exist. But that's the law of all things. I think this is to do with growth and entropy. I come back to my house. The fluffy cat licks my palm, purrs so sweetly. Okay, so the cat starts to lick the palm of her hand, and purr, and purrs so sweetly. And the fire flares bright on the sawmill turret by the lake. So obviously it's cold, but it's now night has fallen, and she's lit a fire, and I think the light is reflecting on the turret of a sawmill. This is a place where you cut wood. Maybe this is her own fire, or maybe this is some other fire as well. Maybe this is the fire of decay, the decay of beauty. Only the cry of a stork landing on the roof occasionally breaks the silence. Okay, so there's absolute silence, which I think is very beautiful. And only from time to time a stork, this great big bird, lands on the roof. If you knock on my door, I may not even hear. So if you came to knock on my door, it's very possible that I'd be so wrapped up in my thoughts and my poetry and the beauty of nature and the silence that I just couldn't hear you. So it might take a lot to break me out of my reverie. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. I Taught Myself to Live Simply by Akhmatova.